Hello everyone. So today we are back with another coding problem, and this particular problem was asked in TCS CodeVita competition of 2018 in the second round, and the problem named was Abhimanyu and Chakravyu. Okay. I didn't remember the complete problem statement, but the main logic or main algorithm behind the problem was circular matrix problem. Okay. So this problem was regarding circular matrix. Okay. Now let's see the problem. So this problem was containing only one input, single integer, okay, which is n, and the value of n lies between 1 to 25. Okay. Now, if we are having input 1, we have to output a matrix of 1 by 1, which is 1. Okay. If we are having input 2, we have to output a matrix of 2 by 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not a single simple matrix. It is a circular matrix. So value of it goes in circular manner. Okay. So we can see the case of 3 value 3. Okay. So matrix is 3 by 3, and we can see that value increments by 1 in circular manner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it is a circular manner. Let's see the case of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can see this again. This is a circular. Okay, and let's see the case of 5 by 5 matrix. So we will start with 1 here, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you can see that how this values gets incremented by 1 in circular manner. Okay, so this is the main problem, and now stop, pause the video and try to think about this solution of this problem on your own, and then come check the solution I will be providing to you, and make sure this is a really good problem. Okay, and this can help to build your logic in conditional statements like if else and running loops. Okay, so yeah, pause the video and think about the solution, then come back again and see the solution I'm providing to you. So let's discuss about the solution of this problem. Now to solve this problem, there might be several ways, but the way I followed is, see, we can first ignore the inner matrix completely. Just think about printing the outer values. Okay, means the border of this matrix. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So first think how we can print this outer border. So for that we have used this logic. I will show you the actual code, but this is just a rough code to explain you how to print the outer border. So we have taken a value of n as 5, which is here 5 by 5 matrix. So value of n is 5. Now this is a variable count which keep tracks of these values. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So using this variable, we will be storing these values inside the array. Okay. And now from here the actual logic starts. So see, we are having four for loops. Okay, so see, this first for loop is to print this row. The second for loop is to print this column from 6 to 9. The third for loop is to print this row from 10 to 13, and the fourth for loop is to print this 14 till 16. Okay, now so simply see, I will not explain you this code because this is this is easily understandable. Here we are starting with 0, value of j also started with 0, and j less than n. Okay, which is j less than 5. So this code will run from 0 to 4, and a of ij means a of 0 0 0, a of 0 1, a of 0 2, a of 0 3, and a of 0 4 is equals to plus plus count. So this is self understandable code. So this loop will store the value inside the array from 1 to 5. Okay, on the given positions. This particular code also will run from here, means here, see, in the first case the value of I was static, means value of I was always 0. Okay, that's why we have put it that value of I is static, and the value of j was changing inside the loop. Now in this particular case, we can see that the value of j is static, means 4. So that's why we are storing this value j is equals to n minus 1. Okay, and value of I keeps changing. So value of I is becoming from 1 to 4. That's why we are running a loop with I. Here we run loop with j. Okay, now to print this 10 to 13, we can see that the value of I is static. That's why we have taken I as a static value, and value of j keeps changing. Okay, value of j keeps changing from 3 to 0. That's why we have taken this for loop with j. Same here to print 14 to 15, value of j is 0, which is fixed. Okay, so we have taken a value of j is static, and then we are running a loop with I. So I is equals to n minus 2, which is 3. Value of I is 3 initially, because this row already printed, so we don't need to include this case of value 4. So value of I changes from 3 to 1. Okay, that's why this I is equals to 3, I less than equals to 1, and I minus minus, and we are simply storing the values. So this is how the logic to print this outer matrix. Okay, outer border, not the matrix but the outer border. Now if we think one thing, that see, if we increment the values of I and j by 1 in the cases, or if there are some cases where we have to subtract the value, then if we are subtracting values from this j and I, we can also print the inner matrix as well. Okay, this inner border as well. Okay, so we need a variable which keep tracks of value. When we are printing the outer border, value of that particular variable must be 0. When we are printing the inner border, value of that particular variable should be 1. When we are printing the innermost border, then the value of variable should be 3. So that is how we need a variable to keep track of those values of borders. Okay, so this is the first border. Okay, this is the second border, means second border of the matrix, and this is the third border of matrix. So let's move to the code and we'll see how we are keeping track of that value. So here we can see that we have used a variable n, which is asked to taken as an input. Okay, then we are using array a, and we are storing 25 in it. Okay, so this array is of 25 by 25, which is the max length given to us. Okay, now that doesn't matter, even if we are giving a value of 25 by 25, at the last we are printing those values, and for that we are using the value of n only. That's why we are printing of n by n. So suppose we have given input as 5, the values will be printed of 5 by 5 only. So it doesn't matter if we have taken array as 25 by 25. Okay, now this is the count variable which we talked already, which keep tracks of these values. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 till 25. Okay, and then these two variables I and j, which represents row, means I is row and j is column. Okay, and this sub is equals to 0. This is the variable which I was talking when talking about. Okay, so when we are printing this border, this value of sub will be 1. When we are printing this inner border, the value of this sub variable will be 1. So this sub is the variable which keep tracks of these values. Now we are running an infinite loop. Okay, now this infinite loop doesn't matter, because anyway we are going to break from this loop. Okay, now how we are incrementing the value of this sub variable? So sub variable is getting incremented when we are printing one border, means one circular motion we are printing, then value of sub will be incremented. So this logic we already discussed. Okay, this is the same logic which we wrote here. So this value of sub will get incremented, and see this count variable here, this actually represent two things. Okay, one is to keep track of these circular values. Okay, these circular values 1 till 25, and the second thing is when value of count is equals to n cross n, means suppose value of n is equals to 5, then 5 cross 5 is 10, 25. So when the value of count is equals to 25, we are breaking out of this infinite loop. Okay, that's why there are uh, two things this count work is used for. Count variable is used for. Okay, and now this code is really self-explanatory because we are just see here we have used static values 0 0 n minus 1 and all, but here we are using those values with variable sub. Okay, so initially I is equals to 0 we have shown here. Okay, and here we are using sub with 0, so same because value of I will be 0 only. In the second iteration value of sub will incremented by 1 and value of I will become 1. Okay, same way j will start with 1. Okay, so that is how we are utilizing this variable sub. Okay, so this is the main logic. I will be putting this code inside the description of this video. So yeah, this is how we can solve this problem. Think, just copy the code and look at the code and think how I approach this problem. If you are getting any difficulty, please comment those difficulties in down. Okay, so I'll be making another video or I'll be explaining you further in comments only. Okay, and this for loop we are simply using to print those values. Whatever values we have stored inside this array, we are using those values to print here. Okay, so this is how we can solve this problem, and this is really good one. Okay, if you are unable to solve it on your own, then don't get discouraged because this is difficult, means medium to difficult level problem. Okay, so thank you guys for watching our video and stay tuned for more videos like this, and please subscribe and like our videos. If you also have some difficulty, please comment down below. I am replying to each and every comments. Okay, thank you guys.